I've got to line my stomach. I've got to have food. I can't drink straight after food. This is going to be terrible. And then you think, come on, mate, you're getting paid to go to the pub. It was great. Does it get better than that?
It was lovely. I got slightly overexcited. I think this would probably be born out on the programme itself, in that I was, from what I understand, quite perfectly lucid until the last 30 minutes when it all sort of falls apart.
Ellis fell off a cliff.
As in, sort of metaphorically
fell off a cliff. And they have a medic there, the one that you can see in the photo we've tweeted on the @RadioX Twitter account, in which Ellis is being tended to by a medic.
Well, not tended, he's asking
you are being tended to. He then helped you down the stairs and into the cab where you sort of fell asleep.
He's not wiping my brow.
I thought you were going to say something else. But the medic breathalyzed us throughout. It's all very professionally done. It's not like... I maxed out the breathalyzer.
Oh, God.
I was 8 times the legal limit.
Apologies to Andrew, the person who emailed in to the show asking us to keep it less beery.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of had
it's sort of had the opposite effect. I mean, it's gone a bit...
We will not talk about booze for the next 3.5 minutes.
It's gone a bit sort of James May and Oz Clarke trying ales on a boat.
Well, Ellis actually pitched a show to a production company about us doing a tour of the pubs in the UK.
They said he to get out.
They went, yeah, no, that's really good.
Sounds nice,
idea. Anyway, what ideas have you got for panel shows?
I think we're current.
Radio X.
Ellis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
That was Better Love by Foxes featuring Bastille. Sounds like sort of thing producer Dave might write in a get well soon card. Oh, you feeling better, love? So that's that. This is Radio X. You're listening to Ellis, James, John, Robbins.
It's better that he writes that than you write. What was it you wrote in your leaving sort of card for the landlady of your local?
You're the still point of my turning world. Now, folks, it's time for one of our regular features, the first in the show. It's a feature called Humble Brag of the Week, where we ask you to scour your social media feeds to send us in the most cringe-worthy humble brags.
Don't worry, we always keep them anonymous.
Yes, we keep them anonymous.
You're not sort of dobbing in your mates, it's fine.
Absolutely not. And we have what I would say is one of our more popular jingles for this. Unfortunately, it's yet to be updated for the new Radio X regime.
Yes.
Regime.
God, you're good at language.
So what we're going to have to do now is sort of a live, it's almost like a peel session.
Yeah, we're going to vibe it, we're going to riff it. Radio X has really scanned with what sort of where XFM used to come in, so we're going to improvise.
Yes. So I'm going to cue in producer Finn to play the some part of the jingle.
Final 2/3.
I mean, you could argue this should have been sorted weeks ago.
But also,
you'd be thrown out of the room for arguing.
Yes, and, at the end of the day, you can't tell Glenn Hoddle what to do. He played in a floating role for Tottenham in England with some success. So
you try telling Glenn Hoddle what to do, you'll probably come back as an ant. That's a very niche reference there to Glenn Hoddle's religious beliefs. So we'll try this now. Could go well. This could be like Pet Sounds. Radio X.
Guest services and the evidence from last night's debauchery will be cleaned right away.
XXX. Humble brag of the week. I think that went quite well.
Oh, it was great. John, he was counting me in.
Okay, the next...
Come on, like Brian Wilson used to do when he was orchestrating the Beach Boys. Come on, that was great. Like John is intense and likes Frank Zappa.
Also, they put up a Spotify playlist of all Frank Zappa's work, and it is 82 hours long. Love it. So, to start us off,
I had chicken pox for less than that.
To start us off, this one is from Facebook, and it's a girl, and she's got a problem, Ellis. Okay. Oh no, you're reading this one.
Yes.
No, hang on, I've got this confused.
Just read it, John.
Okay, so this is from Facebook. This is a man, and he's done that thing where you tag where you are, and he's at a fine dining restaurant, Petrus, and he says, and this is just so awful. Lunch with another media owner. Hope I'm not paying. Oh God! The phrase media owner, I love it so vague.
Also, I mean, he makes that sound like such a chore, and he's at a fantastic restaurant with someone who could give him work.
Lunch with another media owner, hope I'm not paying. I tell you what you are paying with, mate, your mortal soul.
All right.
Ellis, what you got?
This is a more traditional one, as from Facebook. I keep getting inbox messages of people, brackets girls, being horrid.
Okay, we'll need
I'm
to
not
pay,
lying about
but
my hair
I'll
being
see where you
natural.
can get
It's
some
all
things
my
in
own,
bulk.
thank you. And no, I haven't had inverted commas work done, so try and refrain from messaging me thumbs up. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Heart.
Oh, lordy.
No one's ever asked me if I've had work done, because it is patently obvious that I haven't.
Also, why would you have work done?
Well, my eyelids.
Your eyelids?
I'd have my eyelids changed.
I'd like thicker eyelids.
Yes.
So I could sleep through sunshine. This is our humble brag of the week, though, and it's an absolute classic. This is from Facebook. It's a photo of an expensive car with a Sony Bravia TV in the back. Went to Wickes to get some electrical cable. They didn't have any. I have no willpower. On the plus side, I've proved that the Grand Coupe is a very sensible car. Oh, sod off! Why not just post, I can afford a Sony Bravia TV and I drive a Grand Coupe. I'm great.
Yes.
I've got no problem with that.
As
It's just
opposed to them taking the mileage.
yeah, of kind of going, oh, an expensive TV, I've got a good car. Anyway, keep those coming in to Saturday at radiox.co.uk. Radio X. That is James and John Collins. The microphone on, there we go. I bought off piece. Oh, I've started up that. Okay, so the song, what I like to do sometimes is to have an amusing riff on the title of a song. Unfortunately, my microphone was not turned on, therefore that was not possible, so it made it look like I wasn't great at broadcasting.
It does work, though. His amusing riffs on song titles are, I would say, largely successful.
So can we play the end of that song again, Vin? Can we cue that up?
It's a bit of a struggle. Is it
Well,
worth
is it as much of a struggle as putting a microphone up?
it? Well, evidently I found that difficult.
So let's have the end of that song, and then I'll do my amusing riff, and then no one will be angry.
Does it work, John?
I mean, John, it's a lot of...
Is it just click it, press play?
I mean, it isn't. You can see what I'm doing here, can't you?
No, I can't.
Well,
You're listening to Radio X.
shall we get on with the...
Basically, what John likes to do as well
Okay,
is occasionally ask for things that are very, very difficult for producers or producer Dave to do on air and spring it on them. And then we get this sort of I call them tense mix, tension mix. You know, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. But anyway, it's not going to work, Charlie. You need to...
All right, will you do an impression at the end of the song? I've brought off plan in the Pyrenees. What have I got? A mountain at my gates by Falls. There you go. It's that simple. It's that simple. So, folks, Ellis has got a fun. No, I've got an email to read out. Oh, the wheels have come off. We're going to be for the chop, mate.
Yeah, to think you have another drink.
So, we have had some news emailed in to Saturday at radiox.co.uk, and it says, I saw Ellis live once earlier this year. In fact, it was at the Machantles Comedy Festival, which is in Wales. I wasn't clearing my throat. I was so excited, I didn't think twice about the possibility that his show would be in Welsh. I speak no Welsh, but despite this, we loved the show.
I remember that show vividly, and that person did not walk out.
It says, ambitiously, we boasted afterwards that we understood some 80% of what he said, which is, I cannot be true.
No.
The most frightening and also the funniest time was when Ellis was proving how good he was at banter with random members of the audience. We didn't dare move or make eye contact with Ellis for fear of being found out of the show. That's from Jude. So Ellis, you had people watching you perform in Welsh who were not aware that you were performing in Welsh.
Yes, I think that's happened more than once as well. Although people never complain.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good of them. I've just done a, believe it or not, a Welsh language tour.
Ellis is the second only person ever to perform Welsh language stand-up on TV, am I correct?
Yeah, sort of, in that I've done an hour-long show.
Imagine that, an hour. You don't get hours of stand-up on TV in English.
No.
How can I be of service?
Yeah, on things like
No problem. I'll get them off your back.
Yeah, and Channel 4 show people's DVDs from time to time.
But some people have been contacting you to say that you're responsible for saving the language.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice byproduct of doing a 12-gig tour.
Do you want to maybe give the listeners a flavour of your opening sort of couple of lines?
On the gun about the SI, which is, ladies and gentlemen, oh, benissimo, which is, it's nice to be here.
Do you do it as camp as that? Are you?
Yes, I do.
In Welsh, are you a camp comedian?
And then I pointed sort of like the curtain, oh, plenty of nice, which is a, oh, look, these curtains are nice. And then
Is that what you say on TV?
Yeah, and then I sort of raised my eyebrows and sort of looked very nice, but you know,
What's Welsh for shut that door?
Caio. Yeah. But anyway, I was on holiday in Spain with my girlfriend, and we thought we were watching Cirque du Soleil at a big theatre, and we turned up and we tried to buy tickets, and a woman kept trying to put us off, but in quite bad English, saying, you don't want to see this. And I remember thinking, I'll be the judge in whether I want to see Cirque du Soleil, please. And she sort of sold us the tickets with a shake of the head, and it wasn't Cirque du Soleil, it was quite a deep sort of Samuel Beckett-esque play in Spanish, I think, about quite big topics. There were a lot of tears. It hadn't sold very well. It was a big theatre of about 1,000 people. I would estimate there were about 40 people in. So only 38 of whom speak Spanish, if you discount my girlfriend.
I'm not surprised if the woman on the till tells everyone they don't want to see it.
Well, it was. I mean, we speak no Spanish at all between. So we sat down, and I remember. I remember you saying, I don't think this is the right thing, Alice. I'm surely this is a hot ticket. There's about 960 empty seats, and the only bit I remember understanding was a crying woman let some grain slip through her fingers, which I think was a metaphor for that. And then everyone wept, and we even stayed after the interview. We watched the whole thing.
That's mad. Yeah, I had a friend who once, you know the pub where I wrote in that landlady's letter, it was still Point My Turning World. A girl worked there once who was really pretty, and my friend once came back, and we both sort of quite fancied her, and he came back to our flat, and he did this great line where he went, do you like apples? And I went, yeah. And he went, how do you like them apples? And he got a phone number on a bit of paper, and I was like, how did you get that phone number? She looks a bit like Stevie Nicks.
All right.
And he took her out on a date to see the King's Speech at the cinema, but didn't realise it was the showing for the hard of hearing. So it was subtitled,
Right.
and the audio was really loud.
Yeah.
The problem with subtitles is they come up before the lines, so all jokes are ruined because you get the punchline before they've said them. Anyway, folks, what we want to hear from you on 83936 or tweet at Radio X is, when have you ever gone to something in the wrong language or the wrong format?
Yeah.
And did you stay? Was it enjoyable? Did you understand? Did you not speak the language?
Did you then get into that language and think, I am going to learn Estonian?
Yeah, so it's your wrong language anecdotes.
Ellis James, John Robbins.
Life is a fear. Editors, couldn't agree with you more, guys. It's absolutely terrifying at the best of times. As this is the first show that Ellis and I have done on Radio X, we are obviously broadcasting to an awful lot more listeners national, and we're aware, we want to make sure you know we're aware, not everyone's going to be on board.
There are going to be some naysayers, some doubting Thomases.
And we like to be balanced in the feedback we get, so for the sake of balance, we've got a couple of tweets to read out about the new show. First off, this is from Frank Parker. He says, I'm so happy Ellis James and Manic Reverie are back. Giddy almost. No, just glad. So thanks, Frank. Glad that you're
balanced. I like that.
Glad that you are giddy almost, no, just glad. But also, in the interest of fair play, we need to make sure the negative voices are heard. And this is a text from someone who doesn't seem to be a fan of our particular brand of broadcasting, and I'm reading this out exactly as it's written. I'm not editing this in any way. Radio X has been great up to now. This is poor and boring radio. Get off the air or one off till Monday morning. Sorry you don't enjoy the show, mate, but we can't get off the air or one off till Monday morning. It's interesting that all of the very few negative responses we've had have all been completely unreadable. Yeah, people don't like us are illiterate.
I don't want to cast aspersions, but I think you're right, John. But anyway, back to the matter in hand. This morning we've been discussing turning up at things, performances in particular that are in the wrong language or the wrong format. Somebody came to see me do stand-up, didn't realise I'd be talking in Welsh. I went to watch a play and I didn't realise it was in Spanish. I was on holiday with my girlfriend. We've had lots in on this, and this is my favourite one so far. When in Thailand, I went to the cinema. I can't remember the film, but at the start, a picture of the king came up on the screen and everyone stood to sing the national anthem. I panicked, so stood and pretended to sing along. I didn't know if I'd get in trouble for not joining in. I love the genuine fear that Jennifer Searle would have felt.
Well, that's how fascism started. So anyway, keep your for fear of being told off for not joining in.
Yeah.
What next? Now, you know, everyone's a Thai king.
Get off the air, John.
Get off the air till on Monday morning. The air or one off. Alice, this is Foreign Boring Radio. Get off the air or one off till Monday morning.
Ellis James and John Robbins. John Robbins on the radio.
Do more, boy. We should both do more.
Anyway, this morning, following a very nice person who came to see me do stand-up in Machynlleth, didn't realise I'd be talking Welsh, and then didn't leave watching the entire show and claims to understand 80% of it, which I am, honey. I'm gonna question those figures.
If I saw you do a show in Welsh, the words I would understand would be yards, welcome, ambulance, centre, east, west, north and south.
You know what east, west, north and south are in?
Just from motorway signs. This is all stuff I picked up on the roads.
Police, yeah, heavily. Lovely stuff.
Plath is yards.
Yes, and milk.
Est is east.
No. But anyway, that's fine. Dwyrain right, it's east. But anyway, so
Is Est west?
no, it's got no wind, it's west.
So it's Est.
I don't know. The south, Gogland is north. You've lost your mind, John, but that's fine. We're going to be reading out some amusing texts from tweets now. We've had lots in on this. This Lindy lot from Lindsay. I saw the producers with the sign of the deaf. The cast were very amused when he signed Hitler and erections. He kept repeating them. So presumably going off piste and changing the actual script just because the signer was getting laughs. I like that. He's willing to run his own race.
If you ever go and see stand-up when it's signed for the deaf, they cannot resist messing around and just doing rude words and seeing what the sign will do, which I think actually is tawdry. We've also had a text here from Nina. It says, a group of 4 of us decided to see A Midsummer Night's Dream at the Globe. It started. We were very excited. The music built. The actors moved around the stage. There seemed to be a lot of new age dancing, wafting bodies, waving arms, etc.
Bodies.
We waited for the first line and waited. We checked our tickets. Only when the audience laughed as one did the penny drop that we were watching a
Hey, what's up?
performance.
Oh, how can I help?
It was great, but very odd.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay, leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Arms in the air and jazz hands.
Yes, that's from Nina. Probably looks great, isn't it? And sort of signed clapping. So, woo, just hands. It just looks just nice. Fills my heart with joy. I like it. Although that makes it sound like it was a dance interpretation of A Midsummer's Night Dream. Initially,
Maybe it was. So I do have a problem with people who laugh at Shakespeare plays because you get the impression they've just learnt when to laugh. Sometimes, I'm not saying that was the case there, but sometimes if you go and see Shakespeare, you get these sort of old couples going,
Oh yes, everybody. Oh,
I'm like, well, that's clearly that was funny 400 years ago.
yeah. It's a joke about consumption, which no one gets anymore.
So just, leave it.
Radio. Ellis James and John Robbins.
Now it's time for the intensest feature on global radio, and that means world radio, not the umbrella company that owns XFM and Classic FM and lots of other stations. It's when it plays on.
We've got new tense music.
I think it made me feel a bit tense there.
It's a bit more combative than our previous music.
Yes.
It's like Alien versus Predator, with 2 internationally renowned comedians lead
sparks will fly. That's right. Anyway, John and I, we take each other on with 5 questions of our chosen specialist subjects. Each week, the winner gets to play a track of their choice. We've been doing this since we started on the radio.
As a result, the topics have become more obscure.
Yes, they have, because we're now about 80 shows in. So this week, I'll be answering questions on the Welsh language, because I lost on Gareth Bale last week. John, it's his 2nd week answering questions, 3rd week answering questions on pulp.
And whoever loses has to pick a new topic for next week. So, Ellis, choose heads or tails. Who goes first?
I'd like tails words, please, come for the complete.
It is tails for Wales.
Right, then I'd like to go first, please. Answering questions on the Welsh language. Here we go.
Okay. 5 questions on the Welsh language, starting now. Welsh was one of 55 languages included on NASA's Voyager space probe. The greeting was, good health to you, now and forever. What is that in Welsh?
Iechyd a chwi a naw ar oesoedd.
Absolutely correct. According to the 2011 census, what percentage of people in Wales spoke Welsh?
In Wales, it's about 21%.
In 2011 it had gone down to 19%. What is the only Welsh language national newspaper?
Cymro.
Correct.
Whoa, nice.
Welsh uses the hilarious
Work on this thing.
vigesimal system of number counting, in which 39 is expressed as pedwar am bymtheg a hoegan.
That is
What
hot.
does this mean?
If I do say so myself.
39, it's 20 and 4
You
after
break too
15.
quick with these guys, you'll go
Well, it
with
technically means
handlebars.
4 on 15 on 20. But I'll give you that. Translate the following.
How do you pronounce it?
I know. Translate the following. John Era Gorau.
John is the best.
Correct.
She looks
Four
good.
there, Ellis.
Not that she didn't
The,
already.
the fact that the Welsh for 39 is 4 on 15 on 20
Yeah,
is
well,
hilarious.
it is, but then it's also treating now, which makes much more sense.
It's back to the combative music.
Yes, that's treating now, which is 3 10 9, which makes much more sense. Right, okay, John's answering questions on the band Pulp. 5 questions starting now. Question 1. When did Pulp reform after splitting up in 2002?
2007.
2011. Name 2 of the 3 labels Pulp have been on.
Those wheels were the missing
Correct.
piece.
And Gift.
No Red Rhino or Fire, according to this.
I've got an album called The Gift Recordings.
Okay, prior to reforming in 2011, what was the last single Pulp released in 2002?
Later.
It was off This Is Hardcore. No, it was off We Love Like Trees.
It was band cover version from We Love Life. Question 4, where was Different Class recorded?
The UK. Yeah, in London, which is where, Alice? Big geography lesson. Why London's in the UK?
Oh, I'm not going to accept that. That's too vague, too broad.
Question 5. How many singles
From Pulp's 1994 album is hers.
Well, Babies. Do you remember the first time? Well, I'm going to say 4.
It's very babies that goes, do you remember?
No, I thought you had an extra one. For luck.
Anyway, I'm afraid, how many did you get of it?
I got 1. That's 1.
Was it only 1?
Well, if London's not in the UK, then I got 1. If London is in the UK, which I believe it is, if you check them out, I got 2.
Alright,
So-
4-2. That makes you happy. 4-2. Yes. Anyway, that means I get to answer questions on the Welsh language next week. John has to choose a new topic, which he'll do doing this. It's time for I Brought the Love of the Clash. Radio. Ellis James and John Robbins. James and John Robbins on Radio X. And before we played Florence, it was the Clash with I Brought the Law, because I wasn't going to play it on this week. I asked questions on the Welsh language, which means that John has to choose a new topic. John, what's it going to be?
The Science of Glass.
What? Glass, the
Substance.
The substance. What you get in windows, what you drink Ribena out of.
Don't give away questions.
Is this a joke?
No, I've got a podcast that I've got to listen to about it. So,
But why would you listen to that?
because I listened to In Our Time, the Radio 4 podcast, and there's a good one on the science of glass, which I'm looking forward to.
It's going to be so much fun for me to write questions on glass.
Science of glass, what a phenomenal topic to explore.
Yeah,
Is that or utilitarianism? Those are the two ones I've got to listen to.
Fair enough. Okay, alright, I'll do glass, and I sincerely hope that you lose, because if I do 2 weeks running on glass, then...
I think you're going to be absolutely fascinated by glass.
Well, we'll see. But anyway,
we will see, thanks to glass. You're wearing glasses.
Yes, that is
Which is from where they get their name.
Oh, I think some people think this is poor and boring radio. We should get off the air or one off till Monday morning. Anyway, one of the UK's most exciting live acts and breakthrough artists of 2015, James Bay, continues his run of shows.
The Baymeister.
He's got a 3-night residency in the
Baywatch.
The event in Apollo in Hammersmith in West London, starting in March 2016. James will begin his Chaos and the Calm residency on Tuesday the 29th through to Thursday the 31st of March, and you can get your tickets now at radiox.co.uk.
Bay of Pigs.
You can answer questions on that.
I could, but I'm not. I'm answering questions on the science of glass.
Alright, well bear in mind when with glass that you should maybe answer questions on the Bay of Pigs. Anyway,
Research the science of glass so well.
oh, I know you are, because you're a tedious man.
Radio X.
Ellis James and John Robbins.
Radio X. No Cars Go by Arcade Fire, used to Ellis James and John Robbins on XFM.
Is that a tribute to pedestrianised city centres?
Well, I would love it if it was. Can you imagine that? They're in a band meeting and like, guys, I don't think we're writing lyrics that resonate. I think we do. What we all done today? We've all walked up a pedestrianised shopping zone to buy a coffee and, in your case, a chocolate croissant from Pret. Let's write about this.
They want to get to grips with issues that are dealt with by local councils.
Yeah, bin collection.
Their next single is going to be Parking Meter Apocalypse. Folks, it's time for a regular feature of the show, which new listeners are just about to have their minds blown by a technological revolution which you may not have heard of. It's time for... Radio X. Are you on email? It's the question everybody's asking. If you're thinking, what is this techno-babble, then you need to get with the program. Email is one of the leading forms of communication, and I predict in the next 10 years will be used by more than half the population.
Yeah, and certainly the people who aren't using it will know that they should really be using it, but they haven't quite got to grips with it yet. But it's definitely it's the thing people are talking about.
Yes.
It's very very prescient at the moment. But we get lots of these electronic mails in. So this is from Vin. Now, I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's
Not producer Vin, by the way. It's a different
Vin. It's a screen grab of a Facebook status. Rush hour. 3 minutes of hashtag sit still be quiet. And then it's a picture of a young lady doing yoga on a tube train, on a packed rush hour tube train. But what I love is her hashtags. Hashtag yoga everywhere. Hashtag yoga every damn day. Hashtag yoga. Hashtag yoga month. Hashtag boys of yoga. Hashtag yoga girl. Hashtag meditation. Hashtag meditate. Hashtag stillness. Hashtag calm. Hashtag quiet. Hashtag peace. Hashtag yogi. Hashtag yoga challenge.
But the thing that it doesn't deal with is the fact that she's had to orchestrate someone taking a photo of her meditating.
Yeah,
There's nothing relaxing or meditative about saying, I'm just gonna meditate, can you take a photo? No, you've got to turn the camera around. The camera's that was your selfie.
When we come into the station, then there'll be about 30 seconds of Wi-Fi, so if you could iMessage me in there, that would be great, and I can put it on my Facebook.
Yeah, and make sure you capture me looking very quiet and still and meditative on this busy tube train.
I'm just sat down, I'm not meditating yet. No, I'll tell you, you'll know when.
No, don't retake it. It's good that I have my eyes closed. I'm meant to have my eyes meditative. Okay, count me in.
If anyone's interested, you can follow me on the hashtags. Hashtag yoga everywhere. Hashtag yoga every damn day. Hashtag yoga. Hashtag yoga month. Hashtag boys in yoga. Hashtag yoga girl. Hashtag meditation. Hashtag meditate. Hashtag stillness. Hashtag calm. Hashtag quiet. Hashtag peace. Hashtag yoga. Hashtag yoga challenge.
It sounds so stressful. Why not just sit down and read the evening standard. that's meditative for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Do yoga in a class or in your living room.
Also, yeah, exactly. I went through
Or on a retreat.
Yeah, that seems lovely. Also insanity of training dirty. I personally like the anonymity of them. I like the fact you do what you want, basically, you're going to transport what you're doing, what bad. But no one really cares. I used to feel guilty putting on lips on the bus in Wales. Because I don't think a boy's going to make fun of me if I'm soft.
Oh, look over there, son, Ellis James. He thinks he's some silly lady. What's that lipstick, Ellis James? Your lipstick on? Yeah, basically. Were you going out looking fancy on the town, are you?
You were there.
What? That was me.
Yeah, Radio X. Ellis James and John Robbins.
Give way. Penalty for out of fuel in the tunnel. No through road. That was Give Me a Sign. You're listening to Ellis James and John Robbins on XF. Oh, I nearly did it! Oh, Christmas Day! Oh, we nearly did 3 hours without me jeffing it up.
Without mentioning a brand that is now dead to us.
This is Ellis James and John Robbins on Radio X.
That's right.
And it's almost time to say goodbye, but we've got another email to read out. I enjoyed reading this email very much. It's from Nick. He says, Dear EJ, JRPD and TV, the VIN term. This email has been a long time coming. I'm an avid podcast devotee and have been searching for a good enough reason to get in contact. Lo and behold, my reasons this week are twofold, or double, brackets denim. I should also point out that certain Robinisms and Jamesisms are indeed infecting my life. It may come as a surprise, but I do not usually communicate with people in this turn of phrase, mainly because I'm not from Victorian England. My fiancé has asked me why I've described a number of songs recently as hammer tunes, or an absolute anvil. And who even speaks like that? My answer, legends only. She also fails to find amusing why I ask on a news basis.
Okay.
Are you on email? We simply have to be these days. But I digress. The reason for my electronic communication. Ellis, I would like to bring to your attention attachment 1, a story in the papers this week. Main points being, the modern connected world of superfast broadband and mobile communications might as well be a million miles away from the residents of the Welsh village of Stay Little. Right. Are you aware of Stay Little?
No, I'm not.
A number of people have emailed in about this. There is no mobile phone reception, no broadband, superfast or otherwise, and the landlines are plagued by clicks, buzzing, cross lines, unexpected disconnections. This is a quote from a resident of Stay Little. I have 2 other children I can't leave if I need to take her to hospital, and the only way to summon help is to climb to the top of the neighbouring hill and hope to get a mobile phone signal. That is from a lady whose daughter has penis allergy. Could get anaphylactic shock. Just a quote. The only way to summon help is to climb to the top of the neighbouring hill and hope to get a mobile phone signal.
Well, I mean, that's what I would, until I got an email address.
Absolutely.
But,
But that's not an option in Stay Little.
No, my parents lived on top of the hill, so I had 250 yards to run, which a man of my fitness, I guess.
But get those helps to hand, because not all the phones are affected. The village post office and shop has been allowing residents to use its line, sometimes the only working phone in the village. Wow. Ellis, what advice do you have for the residents of Stay Little who are without phones, broadband, and can, instead of driving their child who's in anaphylactic shock to a hospital, they have to go to the top of the hill to find mobile phone signals?
Well, help. You've always got smoke signals.
Yes.
Semaphore.
Right.
Loud shouting.
Loud shouting was the premier form of communication in Wales until 1994, I think.
Yeah. It's why I'm deaf about it here.
Is it really?
Yeah, because my dad would be like, please, Mommy! I'd be like, thank you!
That would have been on him to email you that.
No, because that's how a sort of convenient email can be. It's so multifaceted, it can be subject and it's a body email, because I did that. So that and suddenly you've got a glimpse into what the email is about, and then, oh, right, really, I'll go look. Oh, my vision.
Lovely stuff. Well, if you are, well, you can't be listening to Stay Little, but we hope maybe one day you can download our podcast. Do download the podcast on iTunes and various Android formats. It's the Ellis James and John Robbins podcast on XFM. Up next, time to gather round. Oh, I've done it again. It's the extra. No, I've done it. No, I've gone mad. I've gone mad. Ellis, right, we need to bring on the new show, gather round the campfire. Up next is the wonderful Ian Canfield.
Hit it from the top. Radio X. Get into the music. Radio X. Alice James and John Robbins.
Podcast, the Alice James and John Robbins podcast on Radio X. It's just me this morning. It's the first time I've done a solo podcast, but I'm not feeling sad. Alice has had to shoot off for a high-flying, blue-tick verified Twitter account meeting where him and the other sort of corporate overlords meet to decide the price that you and I and Billy No Mates has to pay for bread and milk and cheese. The show was fun today, and there are a few anecdotes I've got to talk about, which maybe I'll hold up for next week, but I found a squirrel in our recycling bin, so maybe this will remind me to mention that to Ellis next week. As I am alone, I can feel many of Ellis' secrets. He accidentally picked up the wrong baby when visiting his wife and child in hospital, and didn't tell his wife. He was too embarrassed, and is bringing her up as his own. He has 6 toes on his left foot. Again, only his nearest and dearest know about that. And he is a silly goose and has a silly voice. He's very different. What are you doing today, Producer Dave?
I'm off to watch Manchester City play football.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I hope they score lots of goals. Have you got any money riding on it?
No, don't like to partake in the gambling.
Good.
Not because I'm addicted, I'm just terrible at it, so I don't get involved. And then I'm off to a birthday party this evening.
Oh, who?
My friend, it's at the Slug and Lettuce in Wilmslow.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That sounds great. Every time I've been to a Slug and Lettuce, I've thought, this is the place I want
Looks
to come
like
back
you
to
sold
again
out.
and
To the right
and
people.
again. If only there was a vodka revolution next door, it would really put the icing on the cake. On the awful cake. The awful, awful howling in the guts cake.
Okay, there we go. I'm not going to sponsor us anytime soon, are they?
Well, Slug and Lettuce.
Well, they might fancy sponsoring the podcast.
Well, if they want to sponsor us, then maybe my opinions will change. Why can't we just be sponsored by Pizza Express, The Harp near Charing Cross, and what else do I like?
Wagamama's I like.
I don't like it.
Yeah, but
it's all soup.
It's definitely
all
not.
water.
It's so not all soup.
Water and leaves and 3 prawns, for which you pay a £3 surcharge.
Okay, there goes that one.
Me and Ellis have found a new sushi place nearby, Dave, where we go now. Kyoto Sushi.
Where's that?
It is on Romilly Street in London, UK, and their salmon tataki was very generous. So,
give them a call.
Give them a call. If you are listening outside of London, they won't deliver that far. Just find a nice sushi place near you, if you like sushi. If not, just hit the bars.
Oh, come and live in London. It's where all the fun's happening.
Well, I have to sort of stick up for the non-Londoners, because for years in Bristol, that kind of sentiment made me very angry. Make the most of your local area. If you live in the Cotswolds, go for a ramble. If you live in the northeast, you know, I'm sure stuff goes on there as well. Pop up to Durham to visit the cathedral, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and imagine what it would have been like for early monks on pilgrimage to see it revealing itself on the horizon. If you are in Cornwall, why not head to one of your many local breweries? And if you're in Scotland, go to a loch. Visit the UK. Okay, team, see you next week. Thanks for all your podcast support. You can email the show, saturday@radiox.co.uk, and download the podcast again from iTunes, and leave a nice review if you like. Don't leave a nasty one. Bye!
Alice James and John Robbins.
That was Loser by Beck. You are listening to Radio X. I am John Robbins, and to my right is a man whose blue tick verified status on Twitter entitles him to a 4% forecourt discount on any saloon from Keith Price of Monmouth. It's Mr. Ellis James.
Good morning. And I get 10% off tickets at the Savoy Theatre in Monmouth for pantomimes.
Is that true?
No, but I have performed in some thick thing. But they wouldn't play it. I'm not interested.
Do you get any perks off your blue tick on Twitter?
Every 5th Boots meal deal I get something.
Is that true?
No, that's not true. Imagine though, sandwiches, crisps, and a drink every 5 times for free. That would be God.
I think we should start punting out for perks.
Yes, I think so. I think we should take advantage of Radio X's sort of national platform just to say that I really like Ferrari cars and Doom Bar.
Yeah.
So I've gone in high for the Ferrari. Don't really expect anything. Although I would do a test drive.
Yeah.
The Doom Bar. Come on, guys. Not now. We're broadcasting and it's in the morning, but still.
Would it be legal to test drive a Ferrari having drunk Doom Bar if it was on a private road?
I would say no.
I think you're probably right.
Yes. Although if that was offered to me, I would do it as long as I was the only car on the road and I was under supervision.
Right, so dual pedals.
Dual pedals, yeah. If my old driving instructor could come out of retirement for one last mission.
Like Space Cowboys?
Yes.
I wouldn't like that because my driving instructor shouted at me.
Yeah, my driving instructor used to shout at me, but I thought it was all part of sort of the rough and tumble of learning to drive. I thought, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the Corsa.
My passing my driving test was 5% skill and 95% fear.
Mine was all cleavage.
Cleavage?
Yeah, I wore a low section sort of let him know that.
I guess to a Southwest Walian, they look quite feminine.
Yeah. Sort of really gorgeous eyes and excellent skin. Yeah, I can imagine how my sort of 65-year-old driving test examiner sort of thought, well, bearing in mind that it's a cold day, I can imagine that.
Oh God.
Sorry, that was disgusting. All right.
Speaking of skin, my skin goes from strength to strength because I've now been keeping it super session for 11 days.
0% session.
0.0% session.
So, to any listeners, maybe new listeners, because we're now on Radio X, John used to like a rum and Diet Coke.
Oh, I still like it. I still yearn it. I still crave it. I still have to sort of bang my head against the wall to stop me drinking it.
How many times?
3 usually does it.
Like in Wild.
Once when it's a mirror.
So you've kept it super session. You haven't had rum and Diet Coke or a glass of rosé or a London Pride for 11 days.
Yep.
And I've got to be honest, obviously Dave did produce last week's. What do you think of his skin? It's beautiful, isn't it?
You look really fresh.
He does look nice.
So let me just get this straight. You've not had a single drop of alcohol in 11 days?
Not since me and Ellis did Drunk Histories.
Wow. Have you
Well
cooked?
done.
Have you cooked with alcohol?
No.
Oh, so just toast.
Because I put booze in my cereal. I've been on a few breweries' website to sort of ease the pangs.
Well, just to rub it in, we're going to play some music in a second, and I'm going to have a can of Carling. So,
No one has
all the lagers.
we used to sing a song about booze at university, which I'll tell you after this next track.
Lovely stuff.
Ellis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
That was Iron Sky by Paul and Lucini. Listen to Ellis James and Super Session John Robbins, who apparently used to sing a song at university, when you were buying cans of Carling?
Well, no, Carling reminded me of it because we used to go to a scream pub in Oxford called the Jericho Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
And
Where Radiohead played.
yes,
And Supergrass.
and where I presented the bar Oscars once.
Okay.
And left 300 CDs in a green box outside someone's house on recycling day.
Oh, no.
Have we covered that anecdote on this show?
We've discovered it. We've covered it in our personal chats, and I know that if we cover it on air, you might cry. So
Yeah.
I'm sort of trying to keep a distance from this anecdote. But anyway,
So when we used to go to this pub, they used to have a selection of drinks, as many pubs do. I don't know if you're aware of that, Alice.
yeah. Apart from Eastern European state-run pubs and communism, and if there's
Lager. Yeah. But the song was the order you would drink them in, where you would go, a red, a Viva, Bacardi, Breezer, a Carling premiere, a Carling premiere. And I went, everyone here in the studio is so jealous of my life right now. But when we went back to Oxford, someone gave me the very sobering statistic that 3 of those 4 drinks now no longer exist.
Oh, what? Whoa! Bacardi Breezer doesn't exist anymore.
A Red doesn't exist.
Oh, the watermelon one?
Yeah, a
You're joking.
Viva doesn't exist. Carling Premier doesn't exist.
You're joking.
It's just a Bacardi Breezer.
What?
Just of that gang left.
Oh, but I mean, what?
It's only 12 years, 10, 12, 14. God, 14 years ago.
Here he goes. Anyway,
what happened to the summers of my youth?
I am now going to put my hand on the tiller because John is unable to broadcast due to nostalgia.